Starting off the series, we have Pokemon Go's newest feature, Dynamax. Introduced in Sword and Shield, any Pokemon can theoretically Dynamax in the future. Adding Max to the game gives Niantic something extra to add to any event for years to come. At the time of recording, maxing a Pokemon is exclusive to a new feature, Power Spots. Power Spots exist in addition to stops and gyms, and appear in-game for a few hours to a few days at a time. At these power spots, you can collect max particles and participate in max battles. The only Pokemon who can participate in max battles are max Pokemon. So the first thing you have to do to be able to even see Pokemon at power spots is to complete the To the Max quest line and be awarded a Dynamax Wooloo, or you can also get one from collecting your first 1000 max particles. When you win a max battle, you can leave behind any of the 3 Pokemon brought to the battle, even one that did not switch in. This will help other trainers with the battle, though the exact numbers are still up in the air. When leaving a Pokemon behind, you can earn up to 5 candy. Allegedly, you can also get XL candy this way, but I can't find any reports of that happening yet. Possibly needs to be a more difficult tier. Max battles are another avenue to obtain Pokemon with guaranteed stats. Just like research, hatching, and raids, Pokemon obtained from max battles are guaranteed to have at least 10 IV in each stat. For perfectionists, this means you have a 1 in 216 chance at a perfect Pokemon. Currently, there is no data to imply shiny Pokemon are more likely from a max battle, but this is something Niantic could toggle in the future. Only Pokemon, and their evolutions, caught from a max battle can Dynamax. Pokemon you already own, catch in raids, or hatch cannot. There is a precedent that research could reward max Pokemon, but so far only storyline quests have been used this way, for Wooloo and Squavit. Dynamax Pokemon can Mega Evolve, but you cannot use a Mega Pokemon in a max battle, and will have to wait for their timer to run out, or Mega Evolve a different Mega if you want to use them. A max battle is 2 phases. In the first phase, the battle plays the same as a raid. You can use fast attacks to earn energy, and then unleash charge attacks. You also charge a max meter. You can dodge incoming attacks, and sometimes max energy balls will show up on screen, which you can dodge over to them and then click them to fill that meter faster. When your max gauge fills, you may Dynamax a Pokemon. You can use one Pokemon to charge your max meter, and then change to a different Pokemon during the max animation. You then get 3 turns to attack, defend, or heal. Max Guard puts up a defense buff. At the moment, it's kinda useless against rank 1 battles, so I haven't tested it out. Max Spirit heals your whole team, not just the Pokemon using Max Spirit. This will become more useful when they release tougher battles. Max Attack deals a ton of damage, has a different name depending on what type you're using, and level 1 starts out unlocked on all max Pokemon. Your max attack changes based on your Pokemon's fast attack, not its charge attack. You get to take up to 3 Pokemon into a max battle, but you have full control over what Pokemon you face off against, so plan accordingly. Currently, there are only rank 1 max battles. You practically cannot lose these. You can see in the background my unleveled Wooloo versus a Charmander. I got the Dynamax off with about a third of my health remaining, though the spot did have 3 defenders and I don't know how that factors into it. I did not record it, but I did take down a Charmander with a Bulbasaur, a Squirtle with a Charmander, and a Bulbasaur with a Squirtle. All unleveled, but I did change their fast moves to be neutral and not resisted. On occasion, you might need to adjust to a bad typing matchup, but those will be few and far between, like if they introduced Ampharos, which knows Trailblaze, or something. Bad example. Even then, most of our Dynamax pool does have a coverage option. We don't have dark types, but you can use Blastoise with Bite. Charizard has its Fire attack, and Air Slash, which is strictly better than Wing attack, but it also has Dragon Breath. Venusaur has no poison options. Vine Whip is better for max battles than Razor Leaf, with the same damage but almost double the energy produced. We don't have any fighting types, but you can use Dubwool with Double Kick. We don't have any ground types, but you can use Greedent with Mudshot. It also has Bite, but Blastoise is better statted. Metagross does not have an off-coverage option, but it is going to be the pinnacle for Psychic and Steel-type attackers for years to come. Max Particles are the Stardust of max Pokemon. You can claim 120 particles from a power spot and 300 every 2 kilometers you walk on the nearby power spots screen. You can earn a soft 800 per day and hold a soft 1000 per day, though the game will not cap you at those numbers if you earn more than the limit when claiming those 300 particles from walking. Currently, you can spend 250 particles to do a max battle. The cost may increase for higher difficulty battles in the future, and you are not charged the energy if you fail a battle. You can also spend particles to unlock Max Guard and Max Spirit, which heal and defend respectively. You can further spend particles, candy, and then XL candy to improve Max Guard, Max Spirit, and Max Attack. There's no need to do this yet. It is worth waiting until you need them so that you can conserve candy in the meantime, as well as catch other Pokemon with better IVs. You can also buy particles, but don't. Spend your coins better than that, please. Realistically, Niantic could go in any direction they want. It's hard to predict which Pokemon will Dynamax next. We do know that the next one is Beldum, and I'm surprised it isn't Hatena or Hatterene. Metagross adds a Dynamax option for Steel and Psychic, which are not represented by anything else currently. Eventually, they will add Gigantamax. When certain species max, they get a form change and they get an extra stat boost. Everything that can Gigantamax could be the focus of an event as soon as they introduce the feature, so I won't go down the whole list, but only select Pokemon from Gen 1 and Gen 8 are able to Gigantamax. Also, Garbodor for some reason. If I had to guess, my top choices are Melmetal. Meltan and Melmetal were the first Pokemon to debut in Go. Hatterene, I could see Gigantamax Hatterene being the first Gigantamax added only because it's the first Galarmon to get an event after Dynamax has been added, so when they get around to Gigantamax, it would be ready for a refresh. This is not the best logic, to be sure. Starters. Starter Pokemon are the biggest draws to get players back into the game, and I could see Gigantamax starting with either the Kanto or Galar starters. My bet would be on Galar because we did start with Kanto, but this is just a hunch, there's no data. Gengar. There was some community speculation Gengar would be the first Gigantamax because of Halloween coming up. That being said, Mega Gengar is already an absolute DPS beast. I could see them holding off on Gigantamax Gengar to future-proof other battles. Additionally, because its art is not used in the current screensaver, I do not see it coming out this year. And that's the video. Do you have any further questions for me to follow up on? What topic should I discuss next video? Which Gigantamax Pokemon are you most looking forward to? For me, it's Kingler. Please leave a comment and drop your friend code. My friends list is full, but I'm constantly removing inactive players, and I send gifts almost daily. Lastly, I'm never going to be YouTube famous or be able to monetize this series, but knowledge is power, and an informed player is more likely to keep playing the game, so please share this video with your casual and returning friends. Wait, there's more! I was late putting this video up, so I have actually gotten to do a couple of Beldum Max battles. First, I was able to complete this with just a Blastoise that knows Bite. I did have to level it up substantially. Then, I have been able to replicate multiple Charizard wins. You can either do this with 2 Charizards, they don't have to be leveled up, they don't have to have any max bonuses unlocked. Just 2 Charizards will get it done. You can also do this with a Charizard paired with a Greedent, a Blastoise, or a Double, provided they have Double Kick or Bite, but you will need to be creative. Use your Blastoise, Double, or Greedent during the main section, and then when it goes to Dynamax, switch over to Charizard to get in that same type attack bonus. This will be a long battle, and if you're able to do one with your friends, I do recommend it to save time and effort.